Hey there everyone, it's me B3, back with another kicking action figure review. Today we are looking at a figure that I am very happy to own, a character I have wanted since I was a child. It is the Titanic Creations Super Articulated Yongary. Yes, sculpt by Dopepope. Pretty cool, the Titanic Titan of Terror. Love it, love it. It got a ton of accessories included because they met all the stretch goals. So you got its beautiful Korean title here. Lots of buildings, beautiful art being destroyed. Sorry about the mess on the edges. This is just kind of my workspace for these sorts of things. Very cool. You also have the magnificent Matt Frank art on the back, the fire breath, the laser horn getting primed up. Just truly magnificent stuff. Always loves the spines on Yongary. I thought they were different enough from Godzilla, but also unique in their own way. Pretty cool. Little Thagonizers, jets and everything. God, I cannot wait to bust them out of package. So let's do that. And here he is out of package. The magnificent Yongary. Oh yeah, I'm really happy to finally have a Yongary. First off, this is an adult collectible. And on this channel, we judge adult collectibles by adult collectible standards. But we also judge indie figures by indie figure standards. This is their second super articulated figure ever. So, I really, really do want to hold them accountable for any mistakes. But I'm also, very aware that this is a company that is still kind of learning. Once again, Titanic Creations is an indie project. And I am very happy for this, and I'm happy I got the cheaper pre-order, like, crowdfunding price. But I am still going to talk about things I don't like, but I'm also not going to be as hard on it as I would, like, a Monster Art or a NECA or something. First up, we're going to talk about accessories. If I can get his out of his mouth. What's going on here? Ah, there we are. First up, we have the laser horn. It's not a laser that you sit on his horn. It is sculpted into the horn, which I'm very happy for. I would prefer that for this guy specifically, because this puppy could get lost pretty easily. But a detachable horn can still get lost pretty easily. But it stays in pretty well, as does this flame breath, as you saw. It did not want to come out, so that's pretty good. And it does go back in pretty well. So I'm actually a pretty big fan of the flame breath. Yongary also comes with a regular horn. Pretty cool. It stays in quite well. There's Naughty Cat. Hi, Naughty Cat. I am very happy with it. I will be displaying him with the regular horn, just so that cat you just saw walk by doesn't smack the other one out when they see the funny orange thing sticking out. We also get 3 of these big oil drums. And the cool thing about these is the lids come off, which I did not know they would. So you could put action figure accessories in there, or the little tanks and stuff. I'm going to keep the box and keep them in the box, but you could have smoke effects coming out of it. If you have smoke effects, it doesn't come with smoke effects. But you could have them. You could make some with cotton or something and have them come out of there. That would be really easy and inexpensive to do. But yeah, 3 of these. That's really cool. There's also a bridge your Yongary can destroy. If you have like a big city that you want to put together using monster effects, this Yongary is kind of a must-have because he has a lot of cool stuff that you can make a city out of. And these bridge pieces also come with 3 arches, and the arches go up under the bridge to hold it up, one on each side and one in the middle to hold those 2 pieces together, and then Yongary crushes it. Pretty cool. You also get this magnificent castle. Most of the accessories I'm actually going to leave in the box for now. This one might have to go on display, at least when my Pulgasari gets here. Yes, I did also pre-order the first Pulgasari, not the classic colors or Red Scare, which are the only 2 other ones released now, but the first one. But yeah, it's fully painted. It looks pretty magnificent, even fully painted on the back. A lot of fingerprints on the bottom that I don't think are mine. But that's a nice piece right there. Is that not really cool? You also get all these bendy wires. What for, you might ask? Well, for the vehicles, of course. Specifically, the air vehicles. You get 1 single helicopter. Not a lot of color on it, just a little red stripe on the sides. But a neat little thing nonetheless. It seems we have the same problem we had with some of Gorgo's, that they don't stay in real snug. so they just kind of fall out. That is not bad. That is a complaint. Well, I said it's not bad, but I meant to say that's not good. It is bad. That is a complaint I had with Gorgo. Here's one of the jets. Now, it only comes with one helicopter, but it comes with 3 jets. Let's test the jets. Nope. Nope. Oh, it could just be that wire. It's not. It's all of them. Ah, man, that was a problem Gorgo had that I was really hoping they would fix. They clearly did not fix it, and that really irks me, to be completely honest. I was kind of rooting for them to fix that problem they had with Gorgo, and they didn't do it. There is a street stand that the wires are supposed to plug into, which they also fall right out of. So, when it comes to the little planes and helicopter and stuff, they might be better served just putting them in Yongary's mouth or something, or like there are Monster Arts and stuff that come with some wires. Maybe they'll fit on those. I don't know. But that's just not working for me. They need to be a snug fit so that they stay put. You know, that's not really grand. So those are bad. But other than that, the accessories are cool. Now let's get on to Yongary himself. He clearly has a lot of articulation, side to side on the head, opening and closing jaw. My real issue is not with the amount of articulation, but just how loose it is. This neck joint's pretty good. You've got a lot of mobility in the shoulder here. I actually really like that. A great bit of in and out. It's like he can reach pretty high. I'm actually pretty stoked on that. Elbow bend and rotation. You've got a lot of great movement on the hands. I think interchangeable hands might have been better for him than anything, but these reptilian kaiju usually don't need punching hands and stuff as much. Got some waist movement, which is pretty decent. In and out on the legs is a bit better than I thought it would be. Good rotation on them. I'm liking that. Knee bend, rotation. And then the feet you have up and down on. And an ankle pivot, kind of. You kind of got to work it to get all the articulation you want out of it. But remember, I had issues with Gorgo's feet. This guy does not have those issues. He's got his little Titanic creation stamp and everything on the bottom. Dopepope. Nice. Nice. So he doesn't have that toe articulation Gorgo does, but Gorgo's toe articulation wasn't my favorite. So it's fine. You've got this kind of bigger joint towards the end of the tail. And these joints move pretty well, but his tail's kind of always going to dip a little because the spines keep it from really going back. You can always kind of turn it like that, though. So that kind of solves that. But now I don't remember exactly what he looked like in the movie. But his thagonizers here are painted kind of a bony color in the Matt Frank artwork box. They're just flat green here. Yeah, and actually it was kind of difficult finding pictures of his tail, which is why this one's not great. But that does appear to be a bony color. So we're missing a little color on the tail. Not great. Not great. This is a very expensive adult collectible. Once again, yes, it's an indie figure. But the whole point of crowdfunding is kind of so you can do everything you want to do. They reached all their stretch goals. All of them for this figure, which is incredibly impressive, and I'm so happy for them. And me, because I got the figure. Come on, you're going to give us all those accessories, but you can't paint the tail. Just the tip. Sorry about the crinkle. That's my cat's toy. Just paint the tip. Just the tip, Daddy. Come on. Come on. Just the same color as the teeth and horn and nails. That's all we needed. Yeah, so for an expensive adult collectible that was crowdfunded specifically so it could have more to it, that is actually incredibly disappointing. Incredibly disappointing. I'm not even going to comment on, like, the shipping delays, because that actually was not their fault. I don't hold that against them at all. Not their fault. It's a toy. I can wait for it. Like, come on, I'm not a jerk. So, yeah, articulation, I actually think, is pretty good. It's right at the perfect level of articulation for me. It's not so articulated that it's weird and ugly, but it's got enough to get a bunch of good poses. And I like the paint except for the tail. My only real complaint is how loose these joints are. Almost every joint on this guy is incredibly, incredibly loose. The arms, I think, are at a good level of looseness. But, like, the jaw doesn't stay shut. It's pretty loose. Yeah, see? It can shut and stay that way, but it doesn't like to. Oh, well. Now let's get into everybody's favorite part of every video. Size comparisons, huh? Don't worry, we will be comparing him with his own line. But I got a bunch of other kaiju lines to compare him with first. Like the lanyard. Rampage line. Here's George. Yeah. Could work since George was constantly growing. We also have the Trin Masters 4-inch Mogera. That's a little too small for him, I think. We have the Trin Masters 5-inch Jiger from their Gamma Guardian of the Universe line. Also too small. Unfortunate, as in Lee. Oh well. We also have the Ultra Monster 500 series Zeragus. Getting there, not quite. Can you tell I'm kind of doing a growing thing here? All right, how about we get into the 6 inches? That's what you want us to show, right? Here is the Bandai Creations, aka Bandai America Showa Gigan. That's more like it, right? Much more like it. Here they are with the Eldrador Stone Monster. Pretty neat. That's as a monster line I've been into recently. We also have a cool dinosaur for you guys. The Jurassic World Hammond Collection Concavinator. Pretty neat. Now, the kaiju you guys all want to see him with, Godzilla. Yeah, here is the Playmates Hong Kong Battle Godzilla. That's a pretty good size. Scaling well if that's 6 inch there. We also have the Movie Monster Series 2023, I think. Yeah, Godzilla -1 figure. Digging that. And last but not least, the figure everyone wants to see him with, the Titanic Creations first release Gorgo, who seems kind of short by him. To be completely honest, Gorgo is one of those figures that feels small in your hand, but then you start showing them with other 6 inches, and they kind of feel alright. Like you're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I get it. They feel a little short next to Yongary. You could definitely tell that they go together well design-wise, or at least like paint and sculpt-wise, at the same level, because they are from the same creators, but Yongary, the size increase I think is an improvement, but it makes him not scale with Gorgo as well. And if you're wondering if the comic Gorgo is the same, I believe their comic release of the Gorgo figure is just a repaint, who might actually have less accessories. I don't know, don't have the comic Gorgo. I have those Gorgo comics, which I'll review on this channel one day. But, yeah, that's how they look together. Let's pull Gorgo out. So, what are my final thoughts on the Titanic Creations super articulated Yongary sculpt by Dopepope? It's really loose articulation-wise. Gorgo's really only like that on the feet. But, like, parts aren't popping out or anything. It's a good size, it's a good sculpt, it's a good amount of articulation that works well. I don't like the looseness of it. It's really loose. And I don't like that the plain accessories still don't function correctly. They didn't work out for Gorgo, and they have the same issue with this guy. I don't like that. Besides putting a plane in his mouth or something, I forgot to show you all the accessories. I was so thrown off by the accessories not working, I forgot to show you guys these tanks. The tanks are good. They're a good color, they get the little star on them. They don't turn or anything. See, they don't articulate, but they are cool little tanks. There's 3 of them. That's my bad for not including them, but that doesn't subtract from my point that this guy is loosey-goosey, and also that like half the accessories don't work like they're supposed to, which is bad. It doesn't feel like half the accessories because they're really tiny. The big accessories do work like they're supposed to. I love them. They're great. You can literally have Yongary hold the lid of an oil drum he's opening up. That's awesome. He's got a lot of cool effects, but half of them don't work right. The diorama-based effects, his beam effects, those are great, but the military effects, out of all of them, it's really only the tanks that work out. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.